Talk to me. WSRadio.com.
Welcome to Comics Talk Comedy with your hosts Jeffrey Bilodeau and Jesse Egan.
All right.
Okay, check.
We are on, I think.
Bilodeaucious. Good
How
to
are
see
you?
you, buddy.
Comics Talk Comedy?
Comics Talk Comedy.
Week? I don't know. I think this is episode like 252 or something.
We're doing it.
Yeah. How are you?
Big numbers. Good.
Yeah?
Doing good.
Did you have some good comedy this week? You had the finale of Tonight in San Diego?
We had the last season finale, and I didn't get to see you, but I could hear your voice from the hallway.
That's nice.
Because I know you did the warm-up with,
Yeah.
People said it went well.
I didn't think so.
You didn't think it went well?
No, but...
compared to the last time you were there.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a weird setup.
Yeah.
You know, and it went so well last time. And this time there was like kind of like a heckler.
Oh, my God.
And normally it'd be okay, but I was like, they're filming, so
Yeah.
I never film myself, so I was trying to get like a tape out of it.
So you're just
I-
ignoring that?
I tried to, and then it just kept going because she, like, I would say, like, I went to Vegas, and she would like, yeah, you did, just like, and just like, yeah, I'm pretty dumb, and she goes, yeah, you are, like, just like every time, I was just like, oh my
Stop
God,
helping me.
yeah. So like in a club setting, I guess it would be fine. I could deal with it, but I was just like trying to ignore it. But it was like she's right in the front, so I had to. After like the third time, I was like, well, I can't use this,
No.
so I might as well just say fuck it. But I don't know. It wasn't my favorite.
Yeah.
But
How do you turn that one around? That one's tough.
I don't
you
know.
know.
I was able to turn it around. I mean, it went fine. I wanted to get a tape out of it.
Just like, I know this idiot in the audience. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, and it was like every single time. So it was it's like it felt like I was like in third grade, and like she was the bully that kind of liked me, but didn't know how to show it, and just was like bullying me. So
Passing you notes and punching you.
yeah. So it was just
Oh, wow.
weird.
And then you went over to the Madhouse to go straight into the contest, correct?
Right. Yeah,
And
yeah.
how did that go?
Contest was fun. It was
Okay.
kind of a smallish crowd.
That went better, if in your opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I felt better about it. It wasn't great. There was only like 12 people there. So,
Oh wow.
But yeah,
But
it
you
was,
advanced, I assume.
yeah, I advanced,
Okay.
but somebody didn't show up, and then Mateen was late. So
Oh.
I picked fourth, but ended up going third because Mateen showed up late. So
That's fair.
yeah. Well, he went first.
It's not fair. It's what my point. Like, why do you get pushed forward when other people don't show up on time? That's what I don't.
Well, they still go first. He went first.
Okay, so
because he showed up late.
Oh, all right.
But and then Connie went second or whatever.
So he wasn't
and
late enough to not be on it.
No, he showed up. Yeah, like they draw at like 7:45.
I got you.
So then
Okay.
the show started at 8.
I take
so,
it back, Mateen.
Our guest Jordan, she was the host.
Oh, okay.
I was.
Welcome,
yes.
Jordan.
Yeah.
Thank you for being
Hello,
here.
everybody.
She's
Thank
here.
you for having me.
Yeah, no
This is
problem.
Exciting.
Yeah, I think that's the second time she's hosted a show. Once I did the whatever Matt Bird's production is.
Birdhouse.
I think that's Jonathan Bird.
That is. How
Yeah.
dare you?
I think Matt
Bird.
Bird's is like bird droppings or
Bird
something.
droppings.
I don't know what it is.
Bird turds.
Yeah, but I always remember my first interaction. Jordan's like, "What do you want me to say?" I go, "Oh, you just say you're a friend of mine," and she just laughed right in my face.
Tell him we're good friends. She's like, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I know. I was like, "Oh, okay, then whatever."
She's like, I'd rather make up credits.
Yeah. All right, whatever you got to do.
This guy let me decide on whether he was from Last Comic Standing or my friend. So
Yeah.
from Last Comic Standing, Jeff Bilodeau.
Yeah,
help
but
you
yeah, so it was fine. You know,
Yeah.
it was just one of those crowds where there's like a huge dude to the right who like wasn't laughing. So I'm like, keep focusing because I just want to get this. Even though
Yeah.
everyone else seems to enjoy it, but I just see this guy just like
Arms crossed.
I think like arms crossed, hand on face, like
Oh, the thinker?
yeah,
Great.
everything that you don't want in body language. But
Yeah. Clearly,
They always
was
sit
just
them right in
dragged
the
there
front.
for a friend.
Right,
Yeah.
Saying,
right.
Yeah.
yeah,
Those people have to be in the front row, I've noticed. That's a requirement.
well, yeah,
Yeah, that's the boyfriend seat.
Yeah. The other one is when they sit the really old people in the front, like they had it last night, and which I get because they got to see and hear, I guess, but then they don't laugh at all. And you're like, why are you here in the front?
we at the Madhouse.
I was at the Tipsy Crow.
Oh, how was that?
I thought it was pretty good. I
Yeah?
expected more from myself.
Okay, why is that?
I don't know. I thought I felt like I could do better than that.
I've still never done there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's it's a good show. It's always sold out. It's sold in advance. It's a little older crowd, and it's
No stage, right? It's kind of
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah, not really. But but it's an underground sort of East Coast basement-y kind of feel. And no, I thought it was good. I mean, it was just a long show. It started at like 8. Then there was a guy that sang for like a half an hour who was Stephen English's dad, who was like this amazing R&B singer.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying like that's a hard one to follow, kind of, you know?
Yeah.
He's up there doing Michael Bublé and everything, and you're like, well, I guess just have stupid jokes.
Right. He's actual talent.
Yeah, he's real talent. And then, like, it was so funny because then Stephen English goes up to host, and he's like filthy.
Yeah.
And Vicky was there, and she's like, his dad was so classy. You know, it's like such a difference of material.
Vicky's probably drinking wine through a solo cup.
Yeah, she's wearing a wig and drinking wine out of out of her hand. He's so classy, but it was a funny mixture. It was like, I was like, did you guys drive together? No, we didn't. I was like, okay, I get it. Totally different act, you know. And there was like Mike Vinn and Dustin and Vicky and Mal and myself, and I went sort of feature spot right before Mal.
Okay.
I thought I came out of the gate swinging because this is a weird thing, and you were there. You guys were both there Wednesday, so this happened at both shows for me this week, where everyone thinks I'm the door guy because I'm wearing
all black. Yeah.
Not just that, but this is like a Dickies shirt. It's like a work shirt. And actually afterwards, when I noticed last night, I looked at the door guys. They're all wearing this shirt, so I was like, okay, it's a different color shirt. But it happened.
Which is funny, just to cut you off, is you don't know how many times I'm at the Comedy Store wearing the Comedy Store shirt, and they go, "Do you work here?"
Yeah.
Like I was waiting by the popcorn machine the other day. He goes, "You waiting in line for the popcorn?"
Yeah.
yeah.
And meanwhile, both at the Wood and at Tipsy Crow, I'm just standing there like playing on my phone, and girls are walking up to me with their ID out.
Well,
like, can we use the restroom? I'm like, yeah, it's right over there. So I opened at the Tipsy Crow, like talking about it. I was like, I'm up there, and then I just started charging a cover. I was like, paid gig, And then I called back Vicky's bit, so I was like, there's this one woman that I did let in free because she traced her body. So I called back her bit, and
did they remember?
Yeah, I thought that was really good, and I do the opposite of Mal, which is Mal eases into it because he's going to do like an hour, and so he's kind of really. He's real casual on the stool and kind of like looking at tweets or whatever, and it sort of eases into the set and builds up. And I come out like sprinting out of the gate, and then by the end, I'm like, hey, I kind of ran out of steam on this set,
Yeah. Well, the thing, how long were you doing? Like 15?
15.
Yeah. The thing is he's so used to doing these half hours that you can't just jam pack. Jokes
he
into that
paces
quickly,
himself.
And we're used to doing like 8 to 10, so it's like you're trying to get as many laughs as possible when some of his jokes are 8 to 10 minutes long.
Yeah. I thought it went better for me at the Wood. I liked the Wood set just because, I think it's, again, what we talk about expectation versus like how it comes out. And I always expect that it's going to be really tough at the Wood. And then I guess I'm expecting to do better at Tipsy Crow. So probably the exact same set, to be honest. But anyway.
Yeah, it's expectation. So, I had those two on Monday. Tuesday, I popped in at the Palace to the open mic in the back room. It was...
How was that?
I mean, it was all comics.
Why is it in the back room?
Well, because, I don't know. Tony was, like, feeding his kids in the main room. I don't know. I guess they normally have something going on, but it's better in the back because there's so few people. I mean, it's all comics.
Yeah.
And it's so dark in there. It's just... I mean, the mic was like cutting out, and there was I guess I've never seen her before, but I guess she's a stripper, and she was there.
Sarah Lynn.
Yeah.
We were on the show.
So she really is a stripper.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we did a show with her at the Madhouse recently.
Okay. Yeah, I'd never seen her before, but she I don't think she was wearing anything. She just had like a long coat on. I was like, maybe she is. I don't know.
That's another funny follow when you go up and be like, hey, you didn't know you're going to get 2 strippers in a row, did you?
Hey.
So, I like following anyone that's like got a weird act like that.
Yeah, I don't mind. I kind of like doing open mics somewhat because most of the people are just like so bad that you can just not rip on them, but kind of riff on like what I did when I did the ACC when the guy just talked about like the kidnappers took him and they'd either kill his wife or cut off his wiener. Like that was his whole set.
That's the whole thing. It's 3 minutes of that.
Yeah, so it's like that stuff is sometimes fun to play off of, but at the Palace it was just so dead and the mic kept cutting out and it's just everyone's like, what are we doing here? It was just that kind of open mic vibe, which is probably a lot of them, but it's just...
Was that a Bird House?
No, that was Stephen Gabor.
Bird Bath.
Yeah, it was Bird Bath.
That's a good one.
But then Wednesday was interesting because I did the store first and then the Wood.
Yeah.
And the store was could have been better. I opened the show. It was like Frosted Faces, which is like about old dogs.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. So I had to go first because
What does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know. But I just like
Frosted Faces.
Yeah, I don't know because I guess
a weird
they're
cause.
white.
Oh,
Their faces are white.
They're not like frozen, frostburn dogs.
I didn't get that much into
Dogs are chili.
But yeah, I was just like riffing about like
They're chili dogs. Sorry.
Yeah.
She got.
Yeah.
I didn't even mean that.
Yeah. I don't know. I just opened up with like about dogs are man's best friend unless you're trying to make out with your girlfriend and then they just stare at you. I was just like making up dog stuff, which I haven't had a dog in 12 years. So I was just like, Frosted Faces, it combines my two favorite things, Frosted Faces and Frosted Flakes and dogs' faces. So it was just like so stupidly corny. But they were all like 85.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm not going to be dirty. I'm just going to be real just cutesy. But it went really well.
Okay.
You know? But what sucked is I had to go first. I only did 6 minutes, and it turned out like the headliner and the feature like canceled.
What?
Yeah. So they both like miscommunication or whatever. So like I could have done much more time. You know.
I assume they're coming together. They both canceled together.
Yeah.
Who cancels on the Comedy Store?
After I was like done, like Mike found out at like 8:10. When I was like already off stage.
Really?
Yeah. So like,
He's like, get back up there and do more Frosted Flake material.
pretty much. So
Do you have Frosted Mini Wheat stuff next?
Yeah. So Case, who was supposed to do like 10, he did like 20, but he only thought he was doing 10. So at like 10, he's like looking at me like,
So this is the longest light ever.
yeah. And he thought he was running, which I get that. You know, when you think you're doing 10 and you do 20, it's just like crazy.
It was funny at the Wood when we were there when Case was going up and he did his full set and then he had a little bit of time left and he's like, so I'm Middle Eastern. And the whole crowd just went ice cold silent. I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
What a funny thing.
But yeah.
To end with.
Okay. We got a little more when we come back. You listen to WSRadio.com, the worldwide leader in Internet talk. Bye.
This is Bill Gruber with BizVid Communications, a Southern California video production leader. We've been honored to sponsor, produce, write, and host many of the fine programs on WS Radio over the years. So we understand how important the internet and your website exposure are. As video producers, we know the tricks and secrets to incorporate video to increase your search engine optimization and business success. Visit bizvidcommunications.com to see what we can do for you. BIZVID communications.com.
I've been bragging about Progressive Medical Center to you guys for years, and I'm so excited to have Dr. Agoli with us because, Dr. Agoli, a lot of people walk through your doors, and some of their biggest problems are they're just fatigued, they're tired all the time, and even though they're dieting and exercising, they cannot get the weight off. Why is that?
It's a combination of poor metabolism, inappropriate eating, but more importantly, it's due to a lack of education and really doing the right testing. A lot of our patients are metabolically compromised. What does that mean? Their metabolism is not functioning. The metabolism is responsible for all physical and chemical processes necessary to sustain life, and that includes energy. And without cellular energy, your body is not going to be a burning machine. Let's get back and teach our listeners to be a fat-burning machine.
It's been a lot easier to maintain my weight since Progressive Medical Center started treating me with all-natural supplements, learning proper nutrition, and that can be you today. No more frustrations about being tired or overweight. So why don't you get a hold of Progressive Medical Center today through progressivemedicalcenter.com.
This is your life, live it well.
Gotham Books presents Marriage Rules by Harriet Lerner. The book Martha Beck calls required reading for anyone hoping to interact successfully with any other human, not just for those in romantic relationships. Get your copy wherever books and ebooks are sold, and visit harrietlerner.com to learn how to change your marriage today.
Which sandwich is healthy and tasty? Which sandwich can come on bread or in a bowl? Which sandwich comes 51 different ways, so it's always your way? A which sandwich. Stop into our shop in Hazard Center. We're upstairs from the Hazard Center Digiplex. Bring in your movie ticket. We will add a free drink and chips to your sandwich order. Or order online at which.com, and we will have it ready and waiting. WHICHWICH. Which.com.
Hey, do you want a great price on a new or used car? Hi, this is professional racing driver Don Swanson, and I know a thing or two about cars. I'm talking about Military Auto Center, San Diego's original and only automotive warehouse where low overhead means low prices on your next vehicle. Stop by and experience a friendly and casual way to discuss your car needs. They're located conveniently at 9323 Activity Road. You can call them at 858-831-7887 or online at militaryautocenter.com. We'll see you there.
Talk to me. WSRadio.com.
Welcome to Comics Talk Comedy with your hosts Jeffrey Bilodeau and Jesse Egan.
All right, we are back, second segment. So yeah, just finally wrapping up. So Wednesday I did the store, and then I went over to the Wood.
Yeah.
And like you, it's not my favorite place to perform. I think it was the first time we both were there at the same time.
Yeah, maybe so.
So it's just like total opposite, going from like a charity show with mid-age of 70 to going to PB with the mid-age of like 22.
Totally.
Who, they just...
I felt like I just shouted at them the whole time because I didn't want to lose them in between jokes.
Well, it goes back to what you were talking about, like 100 miles an hour. I feel like you have to keep the pedal down because if you do like long setups, they're going to check out.
Yeah.
Because there's so much other going on. Be like, oh, food, hot people.
Right.
It's just like so many other options than listen to your dumb jokes.
For sure.
So...
I think the best I've seen anyone do there is when Billy just chugged a beer.
Bono.
Yeah. He was running the light, like, Zoltan's all pissed off. He's like, God damn, how much is he doing his fucking half-hour spot? And Billy's like, well, they told me I got to get off, and I don't want... And everyone's like, no! And Zoltan's like, yeah, God damn it. And he's like, I think I'll just chug this beer. And he starts chugging it, and they all cheering, and I'm like, that's all you got to do.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
What am I doing telling jokes for?
Yeah. But, it wasn't great. And I actually had a chance to do a show last night. BJ had asked me to pop in over at the Palace. He said,
nice.
Yeah, but I couldn't do it.
You were at work, or you were...
No, the lady friend, the kids were away, so I told her I would go and hang out with her.
Okay.
And she'd been waiting for me to do it, so I would have felt bad.
I got you.
Yeah, so... But
when the kids are away, the whatever...
Well, we didn't play. We just
no playing?
No, we celebrated Thanksgiving because she worked all day on Thanksgiving, so we did our
covered each other in gravy, and I don't even want to know what happened.
Come on now. So speaking of covered in gravy, let's go.
Jeff's, give it up for the winner of Last Comic Standing and Jeff's best friend.
Yeah, Jordan Coburn, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, Jordan.
Hello. How's it going? Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I was saying in the break that I just listened to the third and the newest of the Mueller, She Wrote podcast, which is Jordan's podcast with AG, mystery person, and Jaleesa Johnson.
Yeah, all about the Russia probe investigation.
And I've enjoyed it very much.
Thank you.
People that aren't following it to listen to this.
Yeah, I'm pretty dumb. Are you a big political person?
I studied political theory in college, and I used to think I wanted to go into politics, so I would say I used to be, and then I got very disillusioned and started comedy, and this is like me kind of trying to get a little bit more back into it, I guess, with the podcast, but...
Well, you always sound knowledgeable. AG's always giving them assignments.
Yeah.
So he'll be like, and here's my report on this, which I always enjoy.
Yeah,
the funny part, too, is Jaleesa, every big news thing that comes up, you just hear Jaleesa go, yeah, in the background. She'll be like, there's new indictments today, and then you'll just hear her go, yeah.
So it's like indictment
very
of
affirmative.
like politicians?
Of like different cabinet members in Trump's in Trump's circle that are being investigated,
and
right?
just campaign officials, and it's just ridden with so many things that look potentially very obstruction of justice-y.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it kind of mainly just centers around the firing of James Comey. So it's a couple different things, but that's one of them. And then there's like collusion with the Russian government regarding just blackmail, and like it's so honestly twisted. It's almost like so twisted that people are saying it's going to be impossible to really connect all of these dots and like actually impeach anybody. Impeachment is like so far away.
Yeah.
But people have trials.
What do you think about Al Franken?
I don't. So I've read some. Okay, I'll just say as a feminist.
Okay.
If multiple women are saying that he's done something to them that made them feel uncomfortable, chances are he probably crossed the line, and he wouldn't do those things now in this like post-Weinstein world.
Right.
But I think it's a little bit unfair that he's just a total scapegoat right now for Republicans, and like the Republican congressmen are ridden with way more sexual assault allegations than anything Al Franken has done, or it's came out that he has done. So that's a bummer. But it's kind of like a drain in the swamp kind of thing going on right now.
Yeah. But isn't it crazy to see Trump calling him out, though? I
Yeah.
think that's so weird
yeah.
that he would even bring it up.
Absolutely.
You know, like, Al Franken, what a creep. And it's like, well, you have like 16 allegations against you yourself.
Yeah, and did you see Sarah Huckabee Sanders' explanation for
I call
why,
her fuck a
like,
duck Sanders. Is that a good? Sarah suck a fucking duck.
because she's what happens when someone fucked a duck?
I don't know.
Or
I just don't
she
like
looks
those
like a
names.
duck fucker.
And then there's also, what is the other guy's name that you talk about on the show? Hop on Popalypse.
Oh yes, Papadopoulos.
great
Papadop.
I
Yeah.
have no idea.
Yeah, these are she just said that the reason why Trump is not he doesn't need to get in trouble, but Franken does is Franken admitted
admitted.
things that he did.
Yeah.
Whereas Trump just
There was
says
no
he didn't
pictures.
do it. So yeah.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
exactly. But I mean, obviously it's nowhere near the degree that the other accusations against other
But
people
they kind
are.
of lump it all in together, like even in the sort of way they talk about sexual assault now, it's like you don't really know what happened
Yeah.
until they get more specific.
Right.
Well,
You know, because the initial thing was like he kissed someone they didn't want to be kissed.
Well, I don't know. I hate talking about this stuff, so I'm going to transition away from it.
Okay.
Just because it makes me uncomfortable, which it probably... Because I'm so stupid. I don't know. Like, I don't want to say the wrong thing and come
Also,
off...
because Jeff is inappropriately touching me right now on the podcast.
Yes. I'm not admitting it, so it didn't
There's
happen.
no photos. It didn't
Yeah.
happen.
No, it just... I feel bad for people of rape or like extreme
Yeah.
sexual assault, and it
Yes.
just feels like, oh, he touched her boob over Kevlar, and that's the same as somebody that was raped, and it's just like
Yeah.
that's
Right.
just getting too much for
Yeah.
me, and it's like scary for everybody. I kind of think we talked about this last week,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. I do think that there's an importance in, differentiating between varying degrees of assault. I think that's really important. But right
Yeah.
now, it's like anything happens and everybody reacts to it the same way
Yeah.
Right.
that they'd react to any other kind of like more.
I just think it's weird that Trump is sort of dodging out of it somehow.
Yeah,
That he's,
absurd, really.
You know.
I mean, the fact that he's president is absurd. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
that's why it's hard for me to even go deeper into it.
That's
It's like
true.
the fact
Yeah.
that, like, I remember, my friend texted me that day. She was working on, and she's like, "Trump won." I was like, "You fucking with me?"
I know.
It's just crazy. But you don't really talk about politics on stage, right?
Not really. No, I mean, there's like topics that I guess are kind of important to me that I have made jokes about. Like I don't know, I have like a gay joke that I'm trying right now.
Okay.
But that's about it. I mean, I only have like 10 minutes right now, period. So
Right.
I don't have many jokes under my belt at
Yeah,
all.
and you're,
but
what are you, like 22, 23?
I'm 2
Okay.
When
Yeah.
did you start doing stand-up?
I started this February.
Oh, brand new.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. I would have
Yeah.
not guessed that. As I saw you at the Madhouse a couple times, at least once hosting, and I thought you were very polished. I wouldn't have thought that you just
Thank
started.
you.
So
Thank
maybe
you,
that
yeah.
you're working at the Madhouse?
I was working at the Madhouse, so then that was back when the mics were 7 nights a week. So I got to just like go up literally every single night after
Obviously
I worked.
helped a lot, huh?
Yeah, definitely. And then also getting like hosting spots and then getting a weekend spot way sooner than I would have
Yeah.
if I didn't work there. So
Do you
yeah,
see a lot of people sort of not wanting to host, like step back, and then if you step forward and say, I'll do it, you get a lot more stage time that way?
Absolutely, especially on weekends, like when LA people come down, no one ever wants to host. It's always like a big eye roll. They just want to do a spot.
Right.
So then that's like when the door guys or, I was a box office person, got to step up and say like, oh, I'll host.
Yeah.
And then it works out for everyone, and it's really good. But I think Madhouse does kind of a bad job sometimes of having the same door person host like week after week after week.
I got you. But again,
Oh,
that's
name
just
names.
because no one from LA wants to do it.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, they're they're divas. Who knew?
I mean, I can understand their point because
Yeah,
you've
definitely.
showed up at shows and being like, you're going to host. And like, it's like, no,
Yeah.
I don't want
I
to.
know.
It's
Yeah,
it's-
that is true. Calling them divas is slightly unfair because it's like they're not getting paid a lot of the time.
right. But I mean, just
Yeah.
going back to on kind of what you said, it's just like when you don't know about. At this point, you're like, yeah, I'll take everything.
Oh, for
Especially-
sure. Yeah.
Especially like if I show up at a place, they're like, hey, do you want to go up? Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
when you show up thinking you're just doing a spot and then you have to host, it's just a pain in the
That's
ass.
different
Yeah.
than if it's like, I'm not going to get a spot at all. Hey, do you want a spot to host? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. yeah.
It's better than sitting over
Right, right, right.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So what brought you into doing stand up?
I had just always grown up making like weird sketch videos with my best friend, and just kind of comedy was just a big part.
Where did you grow
of Las Vegas.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Sketch videos is a stretch. That's giving us too much credit. Just home videos, really, that were like very bizarre and uncomfortable for our parents to watch. And
Okay, that's fun.
yeah, it was really fun. And I grew up, went to college, took a stand-up class.
Did you go to college here or
I
Vegas?
did. I went to UC San Diego.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What school?
Revelle. Like which college was in it? Yeah, Revelle.
Okay, I was Muir.
Oh, that was the cool one. That's where
Was
all
it?
the hippies
Oh,
were.
I didn't know that.
I didn't even know there were separate ones.
There's
4,
6.
right? Is there
we have
6?
6 now.
Oh, I
Guess what
didn't
the
learn
6th
anything.
one is called?
What is it?
6th college.
6.
They just got lazy on that.
Extra college.
Yeah.
Book room.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, did that. Went and like was that creep at the open mic a couple times. I just sat there and watched.
At the Madhouse, or
Yeah, I went to Madhouse and
Okay.
then bitched out. Didn't do it for 2 years, and then I started working there because I wanted to like acquaint myself more and just watch.
so you just
more.
started working before you even
Yeah.
did this open mic.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then
You don't hear
finally,
that very often.
No, never actually.
Yeah.
I don't
very
know.
timid approach. I was very scared.
Yeah, but you're young. I was kind of the same way. Stand up is
Yeah.
something I wanted to do when I was 14. You
Yeah,
know,
I was
so
scared
it took
until I
me.
was 30.
Yeah, I tried it once when I was like 22, but didn't really hit the ground until I was like 25.
Yeah.
So I kind of timid my way in way longer than you.
We always say we wish we'd started earlier.
Yeah, I think
honestly.
everybody.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
my best advice when people say I want to do stand up. I said just do it.
Just go do it.
Totally.
You know, just do it.
Or and some people take a class first to sort of ease into it, which I think is fine.
How did you find the college class about stand up?
I was just looking for electives, and then there's just one in the
Well,
theater
how did you
department.
like as far as like did you find it helpful or
Oh, sorry.
And who
no
taught
problem.
that? Was it an actual professor
It was
teaching?
yes, it was. I forget her name. She still teaches the class now though, because Dia took it as well. Do you know?
It was Tony
Dia Bass,
Calabrese
right?
in a wig?
No,
No, damn it.
So was she a stand up or just somebody that
no. She's just someone that loves stand up but does
Okay.
theater.
Okay.
So she's it was good. I mean, she taught us basic things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a different approach when you have somebody that's coming from the outside world.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They're into theater and public speaking. That helps. That's like a big
Was
part
she
of
all
it.
about like creating a character? We'll find out when we come back. You're listening to WSRadio.com.
A podcast or radio show on WS Radio is a great way to create content marketing. Turn prospects into customers into raving fans. Contact Wade at WSRadio.com or call 866-WS-RADIO.
Homeless veterans and their families are suffering and need our support, but many won't ask or don't know that help is within reach. Veterans Community Services is here to help. Amazingly, about 35% of the homeless in our neighborhoods are veterans with families. Low-income veterans or their friends are encouraged to contact Veterans Community Services and reach out for help with housing and other services. Call now, 800-974-9909.
You may have heard me brag about Progressive Medical Center and just how much they've helped me with my health. And Dr. Goli, one thing that you have helped so many people with is migraines.
Unfortunately, there are millions and millions of Americans who are suffering with migraines and headaches, and they're debilitating because it affects the quality of their life, and they cannot function properly. At Progressive, we get to the root cause because we understand that migraines could be caused by nutritional deficiencies, hormonal imbalances, believe it or not, delayed food sensitivities. And once we determine what the real reason is, we put a plan of action together with medication that we get them off slowly, and we put them on an all-natural approach, and the results are amazing.
Incredible. I mean, there's so many people that can say they don't live their lives with migraines anymore thanks to Progressive Medical Center.
And that's what's exciting and rewarding to us as physicians because we help our patients take control of their health, and that's why they're living well.
Why don't you get a hold of Progressive Medical Center today? Don't live in pain. Don't have migraines anymore. Just go to their website, progressivemedicalcenter.com.
This is your life, live it well.
No family can survive on 2 incomes anymore, let alone 1. If you are supplementing your family's income working from home, then tune into The Cash Flow Show, Direct Sales Radio. Host Deb Bixler brings you sales tips, lead generation systems, and best business practices that guarantee direct sales success. Whether you're looking for a little extra cash or a career change, The Cash Flow Show, Direct Sales Radio will give you proven systems that will work in your home business. The Cash Flow Show, every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time.
Hi, this is Rob Barnett, VinVillage.com, where wine lovers connect. Be sure to tune in weekly to Vin Village Radio for exclusive, in-depth interviews with the who's who in wine and food.
In the military, things can change in an instant. The Navy Mutual Aid Association We understand because it's our life too. That's why our dedication to serving the life insurance needs of our military, veterans, and their families is unrivaled. Navy Mutual offers superior life insurance protection without military service restrictions and limitations. A single focus on providing the peace of mind military families are looking for. That's what we do. Navy Mutual, insuring those who serve. Call 800-628-6011 or go to NavyMutual.org.
Talk to me. WSRadio.com.
Welcome to Comics Talk Comedy with your hosts Jeffrey Bilodeau and Jesse Egan.
All right, we are back, third segment. So before the break, we left you
remember the cliffhanger
on the
question?
cliffhanger.
Okay,
yeah.
well.
So what was kind of the focus on the stand-up class?
Yeah, so we would have an assignment every week that we had to, it was like a 3-minute or so just bit that we had to do. So like the first one, she made us memorize one of our favorite comics bits and then perform that for everyone. So it was a performance-based class, and then we'd give each other feedback after each one. And then after everyone went, we would like go outside in small groups and then just, she was trying to facilitate riffing, but like no one knew what riffing was.
Right.
So we just sit there and just like talk about things and
That's
just
fun.
like, it was a complete waste of time. But
Did she tell you at the time that you can't do this? Like you shouldn't do other people? No, you can't do other people's material.
I thought you meant stand up.
Oh, no. I meant more
Just
like,
so you know.
I'm going to tell you now, you're all going to fail.
Yeah.
Of course.
no, that it's like frowned upon to do other people's material?
No, not at all.
Oh, really?
No, it was just like people. Yeah, it was so bad because then you'd have like, you know, white kids doing like Kevin Hart. And it was just, it was so bad.
So this is like Zach Miller's class. So she was not a comedian. She was from theater.
She was from theater, yes, and I think she just was in love with comedy.
Yeah.
I don't think she ever did stand up herself, though.
Gotcha.
But she just studied it a lot.
Did the other people in your class want to do stand-up, or were they
A couple.
Okay.
Yeah,
Did
a couple
any of them
people
do
did.
it?
No. So we all had an assignment to go to Madhouse. That was the first time I actually went to the mic and just sit and like watch a mic.
Okay.
And then no one got up. We all like had plans about trying to come back and go up, but none of us wound up actually doing it.
What was your thinking while you were there?
Like first time seeing it?
Yeah.
I guess just like I feel like I could get up and at least bomb.
Okay.
Like many of these people are doing. That's not so bad.
All right.
But I still was like, it's going to take me a while, though, to feel.
Did you remember
okay
anybody
to
you
do it.
saw that? Like,
Yeah, I saw Gerber, Anthony Gerber.
Okay.
I saw Asan.
All right.
Asan Ahmad was there.
When you're watching it, were you thinking, I don't know if these 3 minutes of Robin Williams I memorized is going to go over.
Yeah,
or whoever
exactly,
comic,
yeah.
you know. Whoever
Who did you do?
Yeah, do you remember?
Yes, I did Louis C.K.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
That's great.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I love Louis C.K.'s comedy very much.
How do you feel about what's going on with him?
I don't. It's just he's such a creep. It's like all of his material. He was just screaming to everybody that
Yeah,
he had
he's
an
like,
issue.
I like to whack
he
off
was,
his
and he
material,
was
yeah.
such a sad, gross man. But yeah, I mean, I guess it seems much more like fetishy than
Yeah.
maybe just strictly abuse of power. Not to say, he still abused his power to fulfill his weird ass fetishes.
Right.
But yeah, he's just a sad man.
Right. Well,
Yeah, it does seem really sad.
you don't have to answer this, but being a new comedian, if somebody at Louis' level said, I will take you on the road, but you have to watch me whack off, would you do it?
It depends on which comedian it was.
Louis C.K. Pre that you found out about this. If he was just like,
Would that make a difference? I mean, I don't know. If a guy came up to me and
well,
said,
maybe you would feel special. Hey, he's the
Yeah.
first. I'm the first one he's asked. to
how would
do
you
this.
feel if Sarah Silverman asked you, Jeff?
I would do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not even joking. So that's why
That'd
I'm
be
not trying.
different.
If you don't have to answer, if it makes you uncomfortable,
I'm.
What if it was Louis C.K. and it was you, Jeff?
I would still do it
You would still do it.
because it would. I'm open about that stuff. If I wouldn't like it if he said you have to do this.
You mean you'd be rooting him on? And
Well, I'd want to get it over with. Yeah, I mean, I'd be eating pizza. I would try. I would hear the theme in my background, but no, I'm trying to be serious here
I know.
because
Yeah.
I seriously would. I just
I think it's a tougher question to ask
That's cool.
someone that could be like even more victimized. Like I don't know. I feel like it would be different if it was you because maybe you would feel like, okay, well, I can, you know.
well because I'm older too. And I
Yeah.
can handle it. Maybe when
Maybe.
I was 24, I would be
Yeah.
like,
I would. but I would probably find a way to film it, and then once the tour was done, turn it into the press.
Okay.
Now, also, are you saying you would because you know the full story, that like that's kind of all he did? Like if you hadn't known, you know what I mean? Because then I would be more afraid if I didn't know.
Yeah, the
and
capacity.
He was like, yeah.
Sorry.
Plus, I doubt he would tell you before taking you on the road.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think he'd be like, here's how it's all going to go down.
It's just all like a sticky... that's not the way.
I wash my hands in this situation.
Yeah. It's just all like touchy, like especially like beach. I didn't mean that one either. Everyone's walking on eggshells. I'll put it that way.
Okay, yeah, I can't think of how you...
Freudian slips.
Yeah. No, I guess being in...
Everybody's whacking off on eggshells.
Yeah. But, you've been in comedy a long time, and it's like, I listen to a lot of podcasts. They're like, being funny is like 5% of it.
Yeah.
So it's like thinking I'm not even
95% of it, watching the headliner whack off.
Trying to not make it too jokey here because
sorry.
I know it's just hard to look at stuff like that as an entertainer.
Yeah.
It's just you look at it a different light. Like, oh, I had to cuddle with Kevin Spacey, but I got to do this role. Is it creepy? Sure. But I mean, is it going to pass me to the line? Which would happen to a lot of these people.
Yeah.
And it's just hard. That's why it goes back to like, how would you feel if you're an actual rape victim and this person's getting crucified and maybe your rape protector is still out there? It's just like it's hard to just as an artist to just process all of it.
So what you're saying is that you're ready for that casting couch.
I don't want to make it jokey. I'm trying to make it like somewhat serious because it's hard looking at it like that.
What do you think, Jordan?
Well, I used to do before I started stand-up, I used to work as a touring security director for festivals. So I did like Warped Tour for a couple years and like a couple other music festivals. And I just really wanted touring experience. So I didn't want to do security, like a very anti-authority person, but it was like an in to do it, to like do touring. And I was hoping I could like switch over into tour managing or something. But my boss, I knew he was super creepy when he like offered me the gig from another gig that I was working. I was just like, I know this guy is trying to fuck me.
Yeah.
I know this, but I really wanted the touring experience, so I took it. And he did try to fuck me.
Yeah.
And I just said no.
Right.
And like many girls say no to him, and then he took me off gigs. And
see, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
See, I mean, it's all like hard. It's all, I don't know. In some parts of comedy, it's easier to be a woman because, like, I'm reading Amy Schumer's book, and she was like 3 years into comedy. She's opening for Attell and Norton, and she never slept with them, but they want somebody that's opposite of their act.
Yeah.
So you have opportunities as a woman, but I also see the other, scary parts of it because I've had people on the podcast and they've talked about like club owners or maybe just bookers being like, oh, if you slept with me, I can get you on the show, and like that sucks too.
Yeah.
So it's just like
I remember Lauren O'Brien talking about that a little bit, like when she went to L.A., how prevalent that was, and I guess she expected it, but it was still disappointing,
right?
To see that there was so much of that.
Yeah, there's so much truth to.
Yeah, I was like, you can get this role, but as soon as she was like, I'm married and I'm not interested, it was like, no, we got nothing for you.
Yeah, and we've had other people that have talked about that in the same way. Like the headliner was putting it off, and then eventually tried, and the girl was like, no, and then they don't book her again, and that's shitty.
Yeah, it was a weird, balance of like being like placating them a little bit and like flirting back just enough to keep your job. It was like really weird. And I was like 21 at the time, very long ago. And it's just it's so fucked up and it's so hard to navigate. And it's like, I think you do stuff that you just would not do if you were older and had more like self-respect and had an established career. But
I don't think men go through that nearly as often. I don't think that's something that we would have to deal with in comedy,
but
comparatively. Like when we talk about that, oh, well, comedy's easier, whatever, but we don't have to deal with any of that.
Did you ever watch, what's his name, Jim Jeffries' show?
Mm-mm.
You ever see
the
his
Comedy
show?
Central one?
Yeah, the show he likes, the one
Like
on FX. His actual
I did not.
show. Anyways, there was just a scene where the casting director was like, you need to blow me or I'm not going to give you this role. And I think like sexuality is getting so blurred at this point that like I read something like 75% of Hollywood is like either bisexual or gay or something like that, which so I think it doesn't happen to men as much because they don't talk about it.
Oh, interesting.
So
it does happen as much. They just don't bring
I'm
it
not
up.
going to say that, but
Okay.
I'm saying I think it's definitely there's people in Hollywood that have gotten roles because they've done stuff.
I guess we see that with the Kevin Spacey and the Charlie Sheen and all this stuff.
Right.
Like there's a lot of stuff that you don't know about, that we don't hear about.
Yeah,
till
and
later.
then you find out about, like, even George Takei, somebody had
Yeah,
something about him,
I heard
you
that.
know, and that was a blurred line where he met him at a gay bar.
Yeah.
You know, he took him back and the guy was kind of blacking out and then remembered and said no, and then George stopped and it's like, is that really assault?
Yeah.
I mean, you met at a gay bar.
I just don't like hearing stories about people that you look up to, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it
like if it's
sucks.
Roy Moore in Alabama, I'm not like, oh no.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's like
You know.
expected.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, but it's just like, I think politics and celebrities are like kind of different because celebrities, you should be able to just black out of your life. Politics, these are people that are controlling other people's lives. Like
Totally.
they should
Yeah.
be so much more scrutinized than Hollywood.
And it seems like the Hollywood and the liberal side of it is sort of being policed. Those people are getting ousted from those jobs, and whereas in politics, it's almost like they're doubling down.
Yeah.
You see these people that are like, I'd rather have a pedophile than a Democrat, which I'm like,
Yes.
what planet are you on?
Yeah.
That's insane.
So that's why it's just like I try just to stay out of the politics. It's
Yeah.
just like I just don't understand it, and I just don't even try.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like
Well, that's why it's good to listen to our podcast. You
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's nice to every once in a while tune into what's going on, I guess,
Mhm.
and read up. That's the only thing I read up on, though. I'm not really reading up on much other things.
I look at because we
I
do
do
headline
Apple
jokes for
News,
the
but-
show, so I look at those headlines all the time. And
Yeah.
I saw that the Flynn team, so Flynn Senior and Junior, their lawyers have stopped communicating with the White House lawyers.
Right.
So I was curious to see sort of what you thought about that and where that leaves us for this next episode of Mueller, She Wrote.
Yeah, I think we're going to talk. We're recording today, right after
Oh,
this,
cool.
actually. So
Okay,
I think
good.
we're going to be.
I'll wait and listen.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about that. Definitely, it's just as their stories, continuously are not matching up with each other. It
Yeah.
keeps raising eyebrows. a
what
little
does
bit.
Mueller, She Wrote come from?
It's just a play on Murder, She Wrote. Mueller's
Okay.
the guy that's doing all of the prosecuting and investigating.
Okay. And where
He's
can
a
people
special
find your
counsel.
podcast?
You can find us on iTunes at Mueller, She Wrote podcast.
.com?
I don't even think we have a website.
All right. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Listen to WSRadio.com.
Identity theft costs over $20 billion a year. When was the last time you changed all of your passwords? Don't be a victim. The nonprofit Securing Our eCity Foundation is here to support you. They serve individuals, families, seniors, businesses, and nonprofits throughout San Diego, helping to make a safer cyber experience for all. For more information, visit securingourecity.org or call 619-630-2444.
One person has the power to change the world, impact millions of lives, and leave a legacy for lifetimes to come. That person is you. In the New York Times bestseller, What is Your What? Steve Olsher, award-winning author and founder of the Reinvention Workshop, reveals his proven process that has helped thousands of men and women discover, share, and monetize the one thing they were born to do. Grab your free copy now at www.whatisyourwhat.com/free. That's www.whatisyourwhat.com/free.
Take a break from politics. Tune in and learn something. WS Radio shows are worth your time and are filled with tips and advice. Add us to your lunch routine, and we'll give you a meal for your mind.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
Hi, this is Rob Barnett, CEO and founder of VinVillage.com and the Wine and Dine Show on Vin Village Radio. Do you have a wine, event, product, or service to promote? Then contact VinVillage.com to reach thousands of wine lovers across the country. Vin Village connects like-minded wine enthusiasts with unique and exclusive wines, events, products, and services. To learn more, contact us on vinvillage.com. Vin Village is where wine lovers connect.
This is Bill Gruber with BizVid Communications, a Southern California video production leader. We've been honored to sponsor, produce, write, and host many of the fine programs on WS Radio over the years. So we understand how important the internet and your website exposure are. As video producers, we know the tricks and secrets to incorporate video to increase your search engine optimization and business success. Visit bizvidcommunications.com to see what we can do for you. BIZVID communications.com.
Talk to me. WSRadio.com.
Welcome to Comics Talk Comedy with your hosts Jeffrey Bilodeau and Jesse Egan.
All right, we are back. Final segment already. So now that you're not doing the mic at the Madhouse, what's kind of a typical week for you now?
Yeah, hopefully on a couple shows, but there are new mics that are kind of popping up, ones that are coming back. Like tonight, for example, there's a Kumite mic at Bar Pink.
Okay.
Yeah, that like Damian Mercado runs.
Have you done that yet?
I have, yeah.
Okay.
It's actually really good. He gave us like 10 minutes last time because
Oh, wow.
for some reason not a lot of other comics are showing up. So it's
Was there an
essentially
audience?
just like, yeah, there's like 20, 25 people there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's like, Saturday night at 8 in North Park. So yeah,
good.
it's really good. It's,
And that's a competition as well, right?
it is, yes.
So you have
for
to
a
compete to
medieval
be in
weapon.
it?
Oh, that's right. Can I even go back? I didn't advance last time.
Yeah, I think you can.
Can I?
Yeah,
Okay.
Because I think
It's
they
week to week? It's
Yeah, it's
not
week
like
to
you're
week, and then
eliminated?
I think they do a finals at the end.
Oh,
so-
perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you have to
good.
compete every week? You're not just doing a
Yeah,
spot?
that's a good question. Maybe. I mean, I just treated it like a spot, which is
Okay.
maybe why I didn't advance.
Interesting. You
I
don't know
just
if you're supposed
tried
to
new
insult
stuff.
someone during it? It's not like
yeah,
a roast
yeah,
battle? or-
exactly. No, yeah, it's I just went in just trying new jokes. Yeah, because there's not as many mics now, so I feel like before I got to I would write every day and try at least like a new bit every night, and then
What was the thing you were telling me about the other day? The atomic
yeah, the atomic mic.
fart or something? What is it? What is that?
It's just an open mic at a bar called Atomic. That's right across. It's actually literally right next to Tipsy Crow.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
And that's a new mic.
it's a new mic. Sometimes it's really good. Sometimes it's really, really bad.
Okay.
So last time no one was there, we just treated it like a day mic kind of thing.
Okay.
Just
Do you do that
workshopped.
day, Mike?
I do sometimes. Yeah, that's really helpful. Also,
Is
That's
that
nice.
ACC?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's also free pizza.
So you haven't been banned there yet?
No, flying under the radar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you just
very
gotta
much so.
keep,
Yeah, he like
Give it some time.
I know. Just look at him the wrong way. There was a time when he booked me on a show, or Adam, the old manager, booked me on a show there. And I don't know if Justin just didn't know that I had worked at Madhouse because this was like right when he instituted the ban.
Right.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
He's
I
crazy.
heard a bunch of new people got banned.
Yeah,
and
it's
rebanned. And
that's what somebody should make a podcast of who's banned at ACC this week.
I know.
It's going to be a 2-hour episode this week. We got to make sure we cover everybody.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
that's
Are you
the-
guys banned?
Yeah, I've been banned for a long time. Although I never know my current status. I'll email them and I don't hear anything.
I'm
back.
unbooked.
You're unbooked.
I will say that. I don't think I'm banned. But we both had incidents. You only did one weekend too, right?
I mean, I've worked there over the years a couple different weekends and a couple different times, and I promoted that show with Billy and Greg for a while. That got destroyed, but I think it's always the same thing. As like the expectation is you got to bring a lot of people. He doesn't really tell you exactly how many, and then if you don't measure up to it, it's like he gets pretty upset. So I think that's why the new people got banned.
Yeah,
but,
that's what I heard as well.
But again, it's kind of like, well, I'm not sure exactly how many people are required to not get banned. So
Yeah, I was thinking because this week I did the 5 shows in 3 days, which for me that's quite a bit.
that's a lot. Yeah.
But I was thinking back once I did the 4 clubs in one night.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I did Madhouse, ACC, Palace, and the store. And I don't think that's possible anymore.
No, yeah. For mics, the most I can do now on Wednesdays is 3, and it's like Atomic, Salty Frog, and I forget which other place. Madhouse sometimes.
So when is
But,
the Madhouse mic now?
Madhouse is Mondays and Wednesdays.
Okay.
But there's this weird thing right now where the regulars, the people that got passed, are not allowed to do the mics, and then they also took away the comedy trains. So now we have like no stage time there.
So the regulars have no. Why can't the regulars do mics?
Because Robert wants to make it just completely available for like brand new comics.
Okay.
So-
And then the regulars are booked on the regular nights or whatever? Or?
I think they're going to do like a Sunday, a best of kind of regulars night. I
the
never.
store's going to be Wednesday only.
Yeah, just Wednesday
for open mic and best of.
Yeah.
So that's the same night, Wednesday, Madhouse.
Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah,
because you got passed at the store as well.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
awesome.
that was
so
awesome.
now you're going to have to drive up to La Jolla real fast
Yeah.
and do them both, I guess.
I really like the store.
Yeah,
it was cool.
it's great.
I never got to do the store that much when I was at Madhouse.
Well, now it's wide open.
Yeah.
Although it's only one night a week, you can do it.
Yeah, no, it's
but yeah, it's only going to be like, I think it's like 12 spots instead of like the
man.
normal like 18 or whatever. So
I want to jump on a bunch of them now.
yeah, so it's comedy in San Diego is taking a weird little turn. I think they're really promoting LA at this point because the store is going to 3 nights for LA and 4 nights really.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be Thursday through Sunday, so it's going to be. And then the comedy train is gone, so that wipes out a lot of that stage time too. So,
What about that comedy trolley? They still
Hey.
got that? Get on the trolley.
Did you do that?
I did not know. I
Okay.
had to work.
I've never done that.
It seemed me neither. Emily kind of coordinates that, right? Emily Allen.
It like rotates
Okay.
because I don't think anyone wants to do it more than 1 year.
Yeah,
So-
the concept was a bit confusing to me.
So what is your sort of plan for the future of comedy? Do you want to ever get back to doing filming sketch and things like that you started?
Yeah, I think writing is primarily where my interests are. I really enjoy stand-up, though, so I think just doing stand-up for as long as I can in San Diego and trying to get like as good as I can, and then eventually moving to LA or New York and getting like a writing job on a show would be probably.
Have you gone back to Vegas to do any stand-up?
I have not yet. No, I haven't been. I don't go there very much.
Does your
It's
family
kind of
still
an
live there?
awful
Or?
place. Yeah, my dad lives there, and my mom just moved to Vermont.
Okay.
So-
East of the woods.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm from
Nice.
Maine.
Oh,
so,
nice. You a
yeah.
Patriots fan?
I am.
Me too.
Nice.
There's only
So we'll leave
two
you
of us.
at the end, our final question. What is the worst show you've done so far?
Okay, I know this immediately. It was a brewery show
Okay.
in Santee, the Pacific Island Brewery.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
I've
yeah.
done that.
Yes.
PIB show.
Yes,
That's the one outside of the fence?
Yeah.
At like 5 o'clock?
It was at 3.
3 o'clock.
3
Ooh.
p.m.
Okay.
So you're in the parking lot.
Yes.
There's a fence between you and the audience.
Yeah.
Cars that could back up and run over you.
Yeah,
at
it's
any time.
Bright sunlight outside.
Except this was immediately following a benefit for police officers.
Oh, perfect.
So
Killer.
the parking lot's filled with like choppers, and it's just like 100%
People
police.
that don't like to
Yeah.
laugh.
Yes,
Man.
and Miles Magianas was there, and it was
That's
just
the first time I've heard anyone pronounce
Yeah.
that name. We always call him McGillicuddy because we have no way to know how it's supposed to be said.
He didn't even know how to
He didn't know how to say his
We
own
gave
name.
him a chance.
Yeah. So he was hosting it, or
Alan Henderson was. We just piggybacked. No one was hosting.
Okay.
But it was. Yeah, I mean, me, Miles, Daniel, just a bunch of people with comedy that is very not
Dark
police
and-
friendly. Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Miles is doing his
yeah.
brutality bit or whatever.
Yeah, that was probably.
So that was
definitely
the worst?
Yeah, I didn't get paid, but I never get paid, which is totally fine.
Did you
But-
get any laughs, or
Yeah, it was.
You did.
Yeah, it was,
okay.
It was
Well,
fine.
then that could be worse.
Yes, that's true.
What's
yeah.
the best show you've done so far?
The best show I have done was probably there was a store show that I had a lot of fun at. It was like Russell Brock booked me, and it was, I guess, just like a best of night show, and it just went really well, and it was fun. And I talked to some people that were in the audience afterwards, and they were really sweet, and they were old ladies, and
Cool.
recently divorced, and they gave me a life talking. And
A life talking?
Yeah, and they gave me a candle.
Were they old,
candle.
recently divorced old ladies? What were they, like 42? For you?
Well, why are they bringing candles to the show?
I don't know. They said these are the candles we give our friends when they're going through a big life change, and we'd like you to have this one.
And you're like, I didn't know I was going through a big change.
Yeah, but
Do you still have
that
the
was just
candles?
nice. I do, yes.
Okay.
And they told me you have to swear to make a bit about this. Like, I can't promise that.
Well, it's starting now.
It's
I
not
think.
really funny. Yeah.
Candle nights.
Kind of weird.
That is super weird.
So are you
Yeah.
on like Twitter and Instagram and all that
I
stuff?
am, yes. Yeah. My Instagram is Jordan Justine, and my Twitter is @JordansConfused.
Okay. Was Coburn taken? So you just went with
Yes.
confused.
Totally.
Is there anything else? Vine is done, right? People don't
I
Vine
don't
anymore.
think there's no more Vine.
Yeah. So
No.
is that
Yeah.
Instagram?
I did.
Yeah, Instagram. I post a lot of my political views on Facebook. If,
Okay.
if anyone is interested in reading up on those.
Okay. Do you have a fan page or just your main
I
page?
don't know. I don't know when is the right time to make a fan page. I feel like preemptively doing it.
I made one, but I never use it.
Really?
I don't use it either.
I don't even use my regular Facebook either. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
No sense making a fan page. But well, thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me.
How often does your
great.
podcast drop?
Every week.
Every week.
Yep, every week on Monday.
Mondays. So you
Mhm.
record normally on Saturdays? or-
Yes, yeah, we record Saturdays live on Monday.
Any shows coming up soon?
Yeah, I got some shows. I'll be on Best of on Sunday, tomorrow.
Check her out. Jordan Coburn. You listen to WSRadio.com.
You've heard me talking about Progressive Medical Center. They have helped me feel my best. And Dr. Gully, tell us a little bit about integrative medicine. Why is that such a big deal at Progressive Medical Center, and how can that make me feel better?
Integrative medicine is just good medicine. It's combining the best of traditional medicine, nutritional medicine, natural medicine, and really helping the patient get to the root cause so they can take control of their health and really make an impact to improve not only their energy, their vitality, and just their overall outlook on their health and their life.
I procrastinated for a long time before I finally made an appointment. So why should someone not delay and go ahead and get set up and come see you guys?
Any journey begins with that first step, and that first step means making a decision to recognize that there's something wrong with you. Whether you have fatigue, inappropriate weight gain, not sleeping well, not concentrating, all of these issues, you can get to the root cause.
So many of us here at The Fish have gotten help from Progressive Medical Center. So why don't you find out more from them today? Go to progressivemedicalcenter.com.
This is your life, live it well.
Hey, do you want a great price on a new or used car? Hi, this is professional racing driver Don Swanson, and I know a thing or two about cars. I'm talking about Military Auto Center, San Diego's original and only automotive warehouse where low overhead means low prices on your next vehicle. Stop by and experience a friendly and casual way to discuss your car needs. They're located conveniently at 9323 Activity Road. You can call them at 858-831-7887 or online at militaryautocenter.com. We'll see you there.
Do you want to be a professional coach? Are you in business trying to make a real difference with people you manage or work with? Have you started a coaching practice that isn't quite getting off the ground? Get the skills you need to be a successful coach today with the Coaches Training Program from Accomplishment Coaching. The Coaches Training Program will show you how to help others focus and be more fulfilled. Whether you want to improve your company's bottom line or create a thriving coaching practice, Accomplishment Coaching can give you the distinctions and practices you need to coach others effectively today. Accomplishment Coaching has spent 6 years developing a cutting-edge coaches training program that will have you ready to coach people professionally in just 12 months, and you don't have to take time off work to do it. To find out more about the Coaches Training Program, just call 1-888-548-6813. That's 1-888-548-6813.
Hey guys, CS Keys here to introduce you to San Diego's #1 health meal prep provider, Fresh and Fit Meals. With over 40 menu items to choose from, several pickup locations all over America's finest city, made and delivered fresh, never frozen. Save on time and money. Super convenient and improves the quality of your life. Just visit the website, freshandfitmeals.com, for all the menus and the pricing. Or give them a call at 858-805-5949 for more details. Remember, you are what you eat, so you might as well be fresh and fit with Fresh and Fit Meals.